Yeah, Fisayo.
Rotus, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm not getting any audio from you. Okay, talk again. Let me hear.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so we might have to use the mic.
I think Fisayo is in the waiting room as well.
I'm trying to get Fisayo in, but I don't know. All right, so there we go. So we're live. Let's go on. Welcome to Business Express for a Friday morning. It's Tech Friday Friday on the show. And as usual, we have Rotus joining us. Good morning, Rotus.
Hey, good morning, Victor. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers. Good morning to Fisayo as well.
Fisayo, good morning.
Good morning, Victor. Good morning, Rotus. Good morning, everyone listening and watching.
All right. I'm so excited it's a Friday because we have good news and big news for you in the world of tech as it relates to business. Now, you can be part of the show sending messages in to 0809-444-0981 or tweet Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag BusinessExpress981. Rotus, it's over to you.
Yes, so we start. Some good news. Moove, which is I think a vehicle financing company, has received a 4-year structured credit $20 million facility from the British International Investment, which is the the development finance arm of the British government. Besides, what do you make of the news with the Moove getting this facility?
I mean, it's good news in a market where startups are not raising money, right? And you're able to raise, not quite equity. It's definitely not equity, right? But some debt to be able to finance more vehicles for in quote gig workers, because I think the business model for Moove is to be able to finance vehicles for drivers on ride-hailing platforms, and of course they earn revenue from those financing. So I guess those are critical things. That's what Moove is doing. I think it's good news that they're able to to raise money. But of course, there's always the tricky solutions around how do you manage currency risks in this. This is not the first time Moove is raising debt. I think the last time they announced some massive debt raise as well. So I guess the business is growing and they require much more money to be able to finance much more vehicles for more people, right? So which is good for the people, for the customers, right? Because they're quasi brand new cars, all of those kind of details, right? But I guess the biggest issue is from the business perspective, like, okay, you're taking these dollar facilities, and of course, within the same period, Naira had moved, had lost, say 30%, 40% of its value within the same period of time. So it means that you're thinking about the interest, and of course, even not just Naira losing, it's also a question of access to foreign exchange, right? Do you have access to it? Are you able to source, even if you have Naira to pay back? And so those are just critical things that I believe that yes, Moove will have thought about and of course provided for as they continue to build their business across Nigeria and of course across Africa in its entirety.
Is it a shame that they can't get this type of money from banks?
It's I think the risk profile of banks and startups are not necessarily aligned. Moove is a 3-4-year-old company, right? $20 million is not something that is easily gotten by within the Nigerian banking system, right? They probably won't pass the credit work that they have to do. And of course, knowing that the end users, the actual people that are collecting the loans is not Moove technically. Yes, Moove is not borrowing it, but they are borrowing it so that they can lend it to other people. And the people that are lending it to, in this case, are drivers, drivers of ride-hailing, drivers on the platform of ride-hailing companies, right? And that is a big problem because these people will never qualify for loans in Nigerian banks as of today. To get a vehicle financing loan for even ourselves, people that work, people that have any constant salary, all of that kind of things, is difficult. It's practically impossible, right? Let alone people that are gig workers, and of course, all of that. So I guess it's where the difficulty is. So it's difficult to get from Nigerian bank, and I understand why they have to seek it from outside.
Stuff. Let's quickly move to Elon Musk and Tesla. This man really seems to have something against people working from home. Apparently, Tesla is sending emails to people who don't come to the office saying, can you please explain to your line manager why you did not show up to the office? I think the British Telegraph got a hold of some of the emails, and then I think they have some anonymous chat group where they can speak freely, and some people were, some of the employees are not, they're not feeling the move. What do you make of that? Please explain yourself as to why you didn't come to the office.
Yeah, I mean, if your company has a policy around, where to work from, I think it's important that you work from the place, right? I think the policy today says that you work 40 hours a week from the office, right? And from the story, it suggested that the people that they send the emails to have not showed up in the office for 16 days out of the last 30 days, and I think that's a big problem, right? They've not shown up in the office for 16 days out of the last 30 days. So they have to explain themselves. I mean, if I'm paying you salaries and I expect you to work from a certain place and I'm not seeing you, then you have to explain yourself to me, right? I guess that's where I don't think there's anything, there's nothing much to it, right? It's what it is. Explain yourself to your line manager. If I don't see you in the office for 2 days, you explain yourself to me, right? So it's important that people know that. And of course, I know that, yes, people like, yeah, working from home is not working. Let's calm down, right? Because the truth is this: Elon Musk has been, except of course you're able to show me with data, right? That you can build, the world's most valuable company, or by working from home. Data has not been able to prove that, right? So we will continue to stick to something that works. Over the last 100 years, working from the office has been proven. People have built big businesses by working from their offices, right? But if you say that, yes, no problem, it's not sustainable, work-life balance, mental health, I understand. Show me over the next 10 years that working from home allows you to do the things, to build a big business. Then we'll review this thing and agree again. But until then, we'll stick to something that has worked before and has proven that it continues to work over the last time. And let me also be clear. Elon Musk has not been shy to take a different route, right? When Elon Musk was building, spaceships, reusable spaceship, even the US didn't have the technology, so it doesn't make sense for him to do that. When he was venturing largely into electric vehicles and self-driving cars, it didn't make sense at the time. So he's used to doing things that doesn't, make sense to the conventional knowledge, right? I remember, when he started the Boring Company, in fact, I think I abused him on this show, right? So we are talking about building expressway in Nigeria, major highways, 10 carriage lane. Someone is building road under the city. I mean, makes no sense, right? So again, it's maybe one of those Elon Musk make no sense thing, but again, we'll just have to give you time to find out, right? So I guess we should all just wait and see what happens eventually.
All right. And then real quick, Amazon apparently has blocked the ability to search for LGBTQ material in the UAE, in the United Arab Emirates. Amazon has said, hey, look, we support LGBTQ people, but we have to adhere to the rules of particular countries. What if, if you block those type of searches, does that, in the end, won't people find that kind of stuff if they want to? What do you make of Amazon's move in the UAE?
Yeah, well, they don't, because they support LGBTQ doesn't mean they should break the laws of other people's countries, right? And of course, if the country is important to them, of course, they spend so much money to buy venture, the company they bought there, Souk.com or something like that. Like, what's the biggest e-commerce platforms there? So if you spend so much money, hundreds of millions of dollars to buy a company, and then because of your solidarity with a group of people, you decide to flush that cash down the drain, well, good for you, right? So I guess Amazon is just saying that, guys, we paid for this thing, and the law of this country says that you shouldn't search for this for things like this, so you won't search for it. Doesn't mean that you won't be able to access those content if you want them, but it's not going to be, you won't be able to search for it and you find it from the search platform, and that's all. So I guess they have to do what they have to do, minimum required to stay in business in those countries, right? I guess that's just what it is. But I don't think there is anything more to that. But again, the way the story was written, said they bowed to pressure. Yeah. I don't know. They didn't have to bow to pressure, right? They could as well go back to the US where it's allowed. They can paint that, they can change their color to rainbow if they want, right? But it's what it is. They have to, if you are in a country, you have to adapt or adhere, to the rules of the country. And I guess that's what Amazon is doing.
Real quick, what do you make of Amazon coming into? I think they're coming into Africa, Nigeria, South Africa.
Yes.
So Jumia and Konga and other e-commerce players be worried?
Well, I think that they'll find out what it means to live on $1 a day. They'll find out what it means. They'll find out what it means that you live on less than $1 a day. They find out what it means that people can't afford to pay more than $2 for delivery, and they want it ASAP. They'll find out what it means that you have 200 million people, and then of course less than 2% or 3% of those people are willing to buy anything online. They'll find out. They'll find out a lot. So I guess that they're welcome into the space, right? They'll find out what it means to continue to do promo to continue to attract people to buy, and then nobody buys until there's a promo to buy. Again, they'll find out all of those. So I guess we'll wait and see, right? They're not the first person that has attempted to come into Nigeria, so they'll find out what it means to operate a business in Lagos, right? When their delivery agents have been arrested by police officers, they'll find out a lot. So I'm not discouraging them. It's fine, they'll find out what it means to deal with vendors or merchants that would, again, a lot to find out. So I guess Amazon should be ready, to do the work they want to do here. It's not going to be easy, anything easy for them. It's probably going to be nothing they've seen before in their lives. But again, I wish them well.
And then I think we're out of time, actually. I went to Celsius very quickly. Celsius, the crypto platform, it looks like they say they want to restructure their debts. Crypto platforms across the world are just, it seems like they're in some serious trouble, financial.
Yeah, they should keep on restructuring, right? I think that's what they will all do. I mean, their competitor was sold for $25 million. That's the reason over $4 billion last time. So it's one of those things. I've always argued that some of these things are overrated. Crypto doesn't have any underlying assets. NFTs makes no sense. I've said that over and over again, but again, people are excited about it. So I think the excitement is what I think is the curiosity that kills the cat, not excitement. So again, but this is excitement, right? So let's see what the future holds for everyone. But again, just to also mention, right? You see that it is. Crypto is not the only asset that is down. Stocks are down, equities are down. But people are like, okay, yeah, this is a buying opportunity, right? So how will I say that for crypto? Again, it doesn't make sense. I said, but someone would say, yeah, Fisayo is emotional about it, so it's fine. Right. But I wish every business well, really. But when something doesn't make sense, when I don't understand something, I don't try to justify it. So I don't understand crypto. I don't understand how it works. I don't understand NFTs. I don't understand how it works. Oh, sorry. Thank you. We're out of time.
Yeah, we need to go. But let's just take at least 2 messages. Benga Komu says, Elon Musk is not my favorite person. The guy has been bad for cryptos. Yinka Bolu says, seriously, why wouldn't you want to come to the office without cogent reasons? Imagine you have a high processing computer at the office for heavy analysis. How do you want to access that from home? Those are about the messages we can take on the show. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. The show comes back again next week, Monday at 6:30 a.m. But let's keep it going on social media. Tag at Rotan Quote into the conversation and at Aremu Fisayo. Thank you very much. At 7:30, we'll bring you Freshly Pressed. My name is Victor Pepple. Good morning.
Brought to you